FBI, I think, basically came to us, some folks on our team, and was like, hey, just so you know, like, you should be on high alert. We thought that there was a lot of Russian propaganda in the 2016 election. We have it on notice that basically there's about to be some kind of dump of that's similar to that. So just be vigilant. Fewer people saw it than would have otherwise. So it definitely.
By what percentage?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's meaningful.
Now, Kosha, it's worth remembering that the FBI had Hunter Biden's laptop since December 2019. So they knew it wasn't Russian disinfo.
They come to us and tell us that we need to be on guard about something, then I want to take that seriously.
Did they specifically say you need to be on guard about that story?
No, I don't remember if it was that specifically, but it basically fit the pattern.
Everybody should have been far more aggressive after the investigation was made public. But what about during the campaign? If you talk to Republicans, if you talk to conservatives who are critical of how this was handled, they'll talk about the fact that not only did mainstream media not pick it up, but also, you had bans from Twitter. You had bans. I don't know about YouTube. I don't know. But there were social media bans on this being misinformation. What happened? What happened there? What was the timeline there? Because you said Fox News at first wouldn't run with it. Obviously, the New York Post ran with it early. People were very suspicious. But during the campaign, was there a time when social media, mainstream media, should have more aggressively gone after this?
Well, there's no question that it was an embarrassment to the social media giants that this was banned from being shared, right? Mm-hmm. It was declared misinformation. I mean, there's no question that that's a shame.
Now, we knew, of course, that big tech was trying to kill the laptop story when it came out right before the election. New York Post, they prevented it from being circulated widely, and some people say it may have cost Donald Trump the election.
The story of whether or not it cost the president the election is less important than could it cost the next president an election. Do we allow this to continue where one of the oldest and most venerable newspapers in the country fact checks, gets a release at the very top, all their lawyers reviewed it, they put it out, and suddenly they become defined as misinformation. And that's happening every day in America in smaller ways. One of the things that there's a lot of work we're doing right now going through the data on that laptop and comparing it with some of the tentacles that Hunter Biden touched. These are the jobs that the FBI should have done. Right. And as we've now discovered, the FBI and Department of Justice were actually feeding Twitter false information saying that there was going to be misinformation about Hunter Biden and a laptop coming out, when in fact, for 2 years, they had had the real McCoy and knew they had it. So there is swamp activity in addition to the media, all of which will need to be investigated, and we have to find a way to stop it in the future.
That's very interesting. Are you saying that all of MSNBC and CNN and others saying that the laptop was all about Russia disinformation, that came from the FBI, the suggestion that it was from Russia?
We have statements from officials at Twitter that they were briefed by the administration and told about it. Now, if they're lying, we'll find out when they're under oath. But that's their statement at this point, is that part of their reason for, quote, calling it misinformation came from within the administration. Right. And of course, that means it came from people who were rogue relative to the truth, because they had the real McCoy and knew it was a real McCoy, and had had it for more than a year.